Hey, Brian, you got quite an operation going on here, and that smoker it's huge.
That's my baby.
So say like the regular guy on a weekend that wants to smoke some meat, something like that. What would you suggest that they start with if they're pretty much a beginner, let's say?
Kind of like I've got sitting right up there against the house. There's a little smoker. It's an Oklahoma Joe's. They're really good smokers. They have a lot of, they're pretty thick and they got good grates and everything in them. That's a really good way to start out if you're just starting out, because you can play with the smaller, you don't have to have the big chunks of wood, so you don't have to worry about a big fire, but you can buy the little smaller chunks that you buy in the bag and throw it to it, and you can either use all smoke or you can use charcoal and smoke in that. Either way, those are really good to learn on, because you're not wasting a lot of big wood. You're not worrying about firing this thing up and trying to keep it at a certain temperature, and you don't have to have a lot of wood for those. Those don't take a whole lot, and then they stay hot pretty long too. So I would recommend you use something like that to get started with. Now, a lot of people they don't have a lot of money and they can't even afford one of those. If you can go to Walmart and just buy one of them little charcoal grills, just a little flat, and you can put charcoal in that, let it get ready as the charcoal, and then add a pan of water and some wood in it, and that will create your smoke. And you can smoke on those too. Give it that smoky flavor if that's what you want. You don't have to have a smoker to smoke. So a lot of people think, well, I got to have that big smoker. Now, are you going to get the same quality of smoke out of that one as you are this one? No, you're not. It's just a whole different variety of wood, and the way this thing cooks and the way it moves. Those are kind of a direct heat. It's just a fast in and out, up the tube it goes and out the stack. But you're still going to get your meat. I mean, that's a good way to learn to your temperatures, learn to look at your meat, see when it needs to be wrapped and turned or whatever it is on those that you need to do to get ready for one of these if you're going to go that route. But those are really good to learn on. So.
Okay, so we're kind of like the difference between a standard oven and a convection oven is what I'm kind of understanding. Is standard heat from the bottom coming up, and this you have more of a convection type of.
Right, this one is more of a circular motion because it is the stacks are in the back and not the front. Whereas that one, like that one that I've got up there, it just comes, you light the fire here and then your grill's up here. So it is below, so you are getting the flow, but it's just going right out the stack. So you're just getting that kind of a direct heat on it.
Okay.
You're not getting the swirl that this one is, so on the reverse flow. But even if this wasn't a reverse flow, it still got more because it has a longer draw. If the stacks are over here, or even at that end, you still have to come all the way down your tube with your heat and your smoke to get out. So you still got that convection type smoke. Now with this pipe that's in there, and I've noticed, I don't notice it as much now because it's dirty. I mean, I've used it a bunch and it's got a lot of soot in it, but when I first fired this thing up, I could open this door up and you could see that smoke actually turning because there's a round tube in here that smoke runs through. It's not just a flat. A lot of smokers on these reverse flows, they just put a plate in there, well it down the side, and all your smoke goes up underneath and comes out. This has actually got a big, like an 8-inch pipe in there, and that smoke just circulates. So when it comes out the other end, it's already doing this in the round tube, and it just does that all the way back. So
okay.